still loading though.
Oh,
I
well,
believe we're live.
hello.
Hello. We're talking Visconti today by popular demand.
I think it's going to be great. So before we start talking about Visconti, how are you doing?
Pretty good, other than the fact that it's still snowing.
How much snow do you have?
We've had 21 snow days in the district. So we're up 2 from desk chatter last week. Last week on desk chatter we had 19. We are now at 21, and there's discussion about adding extra days in June.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kids have now missed the equivalent of, I think it's over a month of school. Like, how many days of school are you at in a month? Do you even go to school for 21 days in a month?
I don't know, but that's just kind of funny. Now, let's see. If I want to chat, I have to
click on comments on the side banner.
Yeah, I did that. And then if I wanted to leave a comment,
yeah,
it says join chat, so I have to log. It says to connect. I have to connect your YouTube account to join the live chat. It's fine. I will do that.
So Kari and Marina do it from their phones during the show. They comment using their phones on YouTube.
Okay, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do.
Good morning, Amy. You are not the only person here. There are many people here. People just don't comment on early morning live streams, and for many people, it is still early in the morning. So yes, we have, I believe, the snow pile at the end of the street is like approaching 20 feet tall.
Oh my God.
It is. There's so much snow, Claire. I am so over snow. I'm so tired of watching snow falling. Like, I'm done. Yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning for Amy. I'm not a morning person.
Where are you from, Amy? Where's Amy?
I think she's on the West Coast.
Oh, which I am going to on Wednesday.
Are you? Oh yeah, because it's the Cali show.
It's the California show. I'm so excited. Oh, Amy,
she's in Alaska.
Well,
so also you are used to the snow. I am not as far north as Alaska, and I am over the snow.
I tell you, it's not. Yes, I just got back from the Philly Pen show.
I know you did,
and that was fun. That was fun. It was fun for the first show for 2025 because it's not a big show, and I did experience snow there. So
yes, I heard that many people's flights got delayed home.
We were lucky. We were very lucky, and because we left on Monday, and so we were lucky. But it was kind of fun, being from New England, the Boston area. So I kind of miss seeing snow, but I like seeing snow once. And one, like that first snow, and then I'm over it. But it is pretty.
No, we've had snow on the ground since November. I think it's November 29th was our first snow.
You get snow up until like May and June.
So. Yeah. Like there's I said to Mom a couple days ago, I'm tired of looking at white. I'm just every window I look out of, all you see is snow. You go out in the car and all you see are like snow drifts that are 5 feet tall on the side of the road. Like the snow plows are just like, the ditches are full and they're just like cutting it back off the road, but there's nowhere for it to go anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much snow.
I mean, I can remember being in Boston in the blizzard of 78. Yes, I'm old, okay? And I can remember
many years before I was born.
Yes, and I can remember leaving the house finally after a week, and they still had to pick us up in the company snowplow so we could at least go visit my grandparents. So it was just, you're out there and you're looking around, and yes, so it was just unbelievable. So anyway, good to see you too. Yeah, I heard you had, yes, I had foot surgery. And I just got out of the surgical boot. I had it on December the 8th, and I just got out of the boot and I was able to start driving. Like a week ago, it was like freedom. I couldn't wait, right? So now I have to do physical therapy for that. But then I just got news that I have to have surgery. I should be wearing my wrist thing, but it gets cumbersome after a while. I have to have joint reconstruction in my thumb, and it's my right hand. So I've been practicing writing with my left hand.
But you're waiting and doing it after Chicago.
I am waiting to do it after Chicago because there's too many commitments between now and then. I have California Pen Show, Baltimore Pen Show next month, and Chicago Stationery Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And then in April, we're going to the Atlanta Pen Show. And then it's Chicago Pen Show. And as soon as I get home from Chicago, that's when I'm going to have the hand surgery. Mm-hmm. I know what to expect because I had joint reconstruction on my left hand like 15 years ago. So I'm not looking forward to it, but I know I can't keep getting cortisone shots. And actually right now it feels okay because I just had a cortisone shot, but I have to be careful not to overdo it. So yeah. It is what it is. When you're bone on bone, there's not much you can do. Hello, Kate. How are you doing in Boston? I heard it was snowing up there.
Yeah, Lori said they have snow on the ground, but not nearly as much as we have.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, well, how are we going to start today?
Well, I finally saw your very, very fancy Visconti that comes in a picture frame in person.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very small pen store in Toronto that's underneath the Sheraton Hotel.
Oh, I think I've stayed there.
Yeah. And if you take the escalator down to the path system, if you're a Torontonian, you know the path system. It's how we avoid going outside in the winter. And there's a pen shop down there. And what he sells is fountain pens.
That's cool.
It is cool. But he doesn't keep super regular hours. He's only open while the towers are open. So it's like 10 to 3 Monday to Thursday and like alternating Fridays. And so it never works. Like I'm never downtown until 3. Mm-hmm. But we just happened to be downtown for a meeting. And so Mom and I stopped in and he had every Visconti Van Gogh pen and ink set and had the one in the picture frame. And I knew it was cool.
Yeah.
I heard talk about it when it was only a prototype pen. I've seen yours on camera. I've seen yours on video. Seeing it in person is such a different experience.
Because then, did you hold it?
No.
Because the weight, and it's like, it's really heavy. I kind of like it, but as soon as I take the cap off, it's still heavy, but not as heavy. The cap is about half the weight of the pen body.
Not everyone is you who will hand over a very expensive pen to somebody they don't know. Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst case scenario?
Yes.
Spring in the nib, I'll get it fixed. I mean, how else are you going to try? I mean, yeah, do I really want to get it fixed? No, but how that's the fun of it. That's the beauty about when you go to shows, and I don't have to be buying pens. I go, like, I'm going to the California Pen Show to experience it.
London.
Hey,
here.
Mark.
Mark's here. Mark, do you want a link? You text me, I'll get you a link. This will be so much more fun if he says yes.
I know. That would be great.
I love Mark.
So don't I. He's great. In fact, I'm going to see him in a few days. He'll be out in LA. So
I am so excited to see people in Chicago.
I'm so excited to see you too, just to give you a hug. By the way, did you get the catalog I sent you?
Not yet. But also, we haven't been to the post office again. It's been snowing. We haven't been to the post office since Wednesday. So it might be at the post office.
Yeah, it could be. I'm just trying to, because I put, see, because I'm in the other room now, because in case I had to grab a pen or something.
Fair.
I can, yeah, does Mark have your email address to send, so you can send me the link?
No, but Mark has me on Instagram.
Okay.
And if he wants the link, I can.
Oh, you know what? I'm wondering if I can send it to him, because I can just send
But also, if he's busy, if he's working, he doesn't have to.
I know.
He just has the option.
That's right. That's right. Okay, let me see if I can copy, and I'll send it to him.
This is a good question. Does Visconti have a starter pen?
Yes.
Yes. I would say the pen you sent me for Christmas is fairly reasonably priced.
Yes. It is.
But it is very nice. I very much enjoy it.
You know, the cool thing about Visconti's is that they do have some nice starter pens, reasonably priced ones, and the steel nibs are wonderful. You know, they're a nice starter pen, and you know, for a couple $100, I think, you know, and that is a beautiful. The Mirage is a beautiful pen.
It's great. I love it. I have Tasha Sabi Midori in it, which I have to actually remember to get in a bottle this year. Sue sent me a very expensive ink sample last year of it. I'm
actually going to Atoya offices. I'm actually spending some time with Sue Jen. We're not working the show. She's got other people because her offices are there. So it's nice to go, not working a show, just to be a participant. So
that's fun.
But okay, he's just about to drop in the meeting. He just wanted to say hello. But next time, let me know in advance. So cool.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yes, cool. I'm sure with that. So to tell you the truth, I think they're all Yovo. I'm not sure. And I don't want to answer that question. It was what steel nibs did they, because I know they do their nibs in-house now.
Honestly, I should just like make a list of questions to ask Mark next time I see him.
Yeah. Well, and that's that I know that they do now their nibs are done in-house. So they do make their nibs in-house now. And there's a lot of, I like some of their older nibs that they used to have, like the Smart Touch. And in fact, where? Okay, so this one here, this is an Opera Metal. This is one of their older pens. They don't make these anymore, but I tell you, it's a beautiful writer. And yeah, and it has the hook lock safe system. And it's the Smart Touch, which is a chromium 18, which is like a really high grade steel.
Okay.
And it wraps around, if you can see it, it wraps around and it helps not to dry out the ink as fast. And and these some people, like with anything, some people don't like them because they've had hard times with them. But I have to say, knock on wood here, that the ones that we've had, I've been very lucky with. And I mean, if you're having an issue with the pen, if you get a pen and you can, take it to your favorite nib meister and have them check out, because it could be the feed's not in correctly, or the nib is hitting the back of the tines to whatever it is, or it's not seating right. If it's not seating right, sometimes that can cause an issue. And it's just a simple fix. And it should, sometimes a simple fix works great. But and the cool thing about some of the older ones, these we have a few of, and I do really like them. But we also have rollerball and ballpoint.
Okay.
So in fact, in this one, Roller balls have caps and ballpoints do not.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so as you can see, my husband sometimes likes to get sets, and those are kind of neat too. But I love writing with these. They're very good writers. So and then I thought at some point I would actually ink a power filler, but we'll wait for that.
So yes. Well, they're super fun.
Yeah.
So you're not working the booth at the LA pen show?
No.
For Tasha. Are you working the booth at any other pen shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be probably I have friends that have booths, and if they need help, I'll jump, I'm there. But I know that I'll be helping in Chicago at Tasha.
Okay.
When I go to Baltimore, I told another friend that I'd help him a little bit, and then I'll go between Tasha and his table. He's an independent. He has a lot of pens that he personally owns as his personal collection. So he has a table there. And so I told Rick that I would help him out at his table, but I'm going to go back and forth between Tasha and his table. So I love it. I just love helping out. That to me brings me a lot of joy. I'm also going to be helping out at the Miami Pen Show, which is going to be in July. I was just on the phone with Anderillium, who's putting on the show, and they have some great ideas. And it is the Miami Pen Show, but they're doing it in Fort Lauderdale. At a really nice resort type place.
Ooh,
it's beautiful. And she's actually, she was telling me some of the things that they're doing, and they're actually going to do a silent auction as well. So I said that I would donate a pen to the auction, and I'll be helping out spreading the word and trying to help get vendors for the show and stuff. But the new location is wonderful. Compared to last year, the hotel was terrible, and it's hard. But Miami's tough. The traffic and everything. I used to work in Miami for a friend of mine in casting. I was her casting associate. So we cast for movies, TV shows, commercials. I'd be on set, which was kind of fun behind the scenes. And I would love that. And to actually see how a movie or a TV show was made behind the scenes is kind of cool. Except one time she decides to put me in as an extra, and I said, And she said, oh, yes, sir. And I was a prisoner in handcuffs, okay? And I have the pictures to prove it. So it was funny. But anyway, I digress because we're talking about pens.
But, well, we were talking about pen shows, so.
Yes. Yeah.
We just went off on a tangent.
I did, because it brought up a memory. Memories are good.
They are. Chicago Pen Show's in a new venue this year.
Yes. It should be not in the out. I guess it's going to be closer.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes closer. Have you looked at the floor plan?
No, I have not looked at the floor plan yet. It'd be interesting. Is it that bad?
So the table floor plan has not come out. I was just double checking that. There are many, many ballrooms on one floor, and there are many, many ballrooms on the second floor.
Okay, so
all the ballrooms that are booked for the event are not on the same floor.
Uh-oh. That's weird. Are they doing another event at the same time there?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. All I know is that
the flow.
There are what are the things? There's the Grand Ballroom, Grand Foyer, and the Essex Ballroom on conference level.
And well, they might be using the one on the conference level for classes.
No, they're not, because these are all the rooms that people can book tables in.
Wow, it's going to be a big show then.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully we, running between all the rooms. I hope, well,
I
I
hope
hope so.
the stairs are wide and the elevator works well.
Yeah, I need the elevator. Not unless it's an escalator,
Oh, maybe.
because escalators work.
They
At
do.
Philly, they had they have like well, it's a small show, so it's only like 2 rooms really off a main
Yeah.
ballroom. So, what's your favorite Visconti for writing? Oh, my favorite Visconti for writing is probably the one actually my very favorite, and that's the one I'll show you how to do the power filler. My very favorite is the Visconti Lotus Garden. I just
Okay.
love this one. It's a Homo sapiens, and it has, again, hook safe, beautiful nib, and I just absolutely love this one.
It is
It's one
very
of my favorite. I actually took it to France with me when I went, and I fly with it, and there was no issue. When I fly, I tell everybody nibs up. Hey,
Yep.
Lori, how are you? Anyway, and the reason why I mean, it's a beautiful writing pen. I've never had an issue with it or anything like that. But because it has the double reservoir, too, you can like open it up, allow some ink in there, and then close it up. So when you're flying, lot less leakage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you close it down. So whatever's left in like a little bit in the feed and stuff is fine. But yeah, this is my favorite one.
It's a very pretty pen.
It's a gorgeous pen, and I use my favorite. I use the same ink in it, so I never forget what ink goes in here, because and I use it sparingly because you can't get it anymore. And I
Okay.
have a couple of bottles with it, and if you can see, it's an old bottle, the old plastic one. Do you ever see, like, when you're watching like Instagram videos and everybody's doing a demo and they go like this?
I
Can you
love
try?
that. Yeah, I love that you think I watch anything with the sound on ever.
But
But yeah, like
okay,
I
I
I
can't.
have no patience for videos like that.
Yeah, so I just Amy from Hollywood, thanks for all you're doing for the community, especially here in Florida. Oh, hi Amy, how are you? It's good to hear from you. So this purple, Visconti
Yeah.
purple. They don't make this Visconti purple anymore. They do the one that's that one.
Different than this one.
Yes.
Cool.
This is a little bit richer.
All right.
And I don't know if the formulation is different and they can't redo it, but I do have that purple, and it's very nice purple. But I have a friend of mine during COVID put all his pens away from his store because they weren't selling. And he wasn't sure if he was going to bring fountain pens back. So we bought his stock. I mean, okay, 17, like we gave us a good deal
Yeah.
on his pens that he had in stock. And so that's basically how I got my very first Visconti, which was a Homo sapiens, and it's over there somewhere. But
Yeah.
and we were like hooked on, and this was one of them that was in there too. Okay. And some inks and 3 bottles of the purple ink. Like I say, I don't think I'll ever
like
run out, but you never know.
so somebody, I guess it was last week, somebody went, how many pink inks do you own? This cola ring dipper, most of them are like 6 colors. This one is just pinks and purples. There are so many different pinks and purples.
Yeah.
I love purple ink. Like, there are so many great purple inks.
Oh, Jamie's asking some really good.
There are some great questions, but we got to finish our current question before we move on to
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that is the question was that this is my favorite pen.
Yes.
Okay. And how many? Yeah, there's so many different varieties of purples and pinks. And
Yes.
how? By the way, how is your pop pink working for you?
Oh, I love it.
Oh God.
It is currently in the Bella de Notte.
Mm-hmm.
And when I run this dry, it will be going in it because I still have not gotten my hands on a bottle of Pelican Pink. I need to order it. Gold Spot still has them. I just keep forgetting to order one from Gold Spot.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Yeah.
the rose quartz.
Which
Because
one? Oh, the rose quartz?
the rose quartz.
Oh, I'll just bring you the bottle.
Okay.
Only because it's not my favorite pink.
Okay.
And
Sure.
I have extra bottles of it. So
All
I'll
right.
bring you a bottle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um,
Not unless we'll have to wait till, if you can wait till Chicago, I'll bring you a bottle.
at this point, so I'll let you in on a secret. On April 30th, there's going to be a crazy haul video happening on my channel because I've just been sending everything to Couture Pens' P.O. box for a month. And she has not been picking anything up. She is not picking anything up until Chicago. Her P.O. box is in the States. At which time, when we get to the Chicago Pen Show, there's
hopefully her P.O. box that's in the States is not going to be shipped, like if it gets overstocked.
So apparently he held her mail for 18 months during COVID when you couldn't cross the border.
Okay.
So apparently it'll be fine.
Hopefully. I hope so.
Yeah. So this is my own question. Do you have the Iris Garden Homo sapien?
Yes, I do. I have both of them. And I love that one as well. Hold on, let me go get it. I do have that one too. And I ran out of ink, so I cleaned it out.
It is my favorite one.
Yeah. I ran out of ink, so it got cleaned out because it's like, how many pens do you keep inked? Now, if you talk to Kari, she has all of them inked.
I can tell you right now, I have too many things inked.
Yes.
But I'm also trying to run as many of these things dry as I can before the Chicago Pen Show.
Yeah, so this one here. Yeah, so I have it where I kind of love it because it's like there's the sisters, I call them.
And like I just the colors in the Iris Garden are so pretty.
Oh, because she says she promises that she sends everything there. It'll be fine. What did I do with my? Oh yeah, I'm so disorganized today because I'm trying to pack and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And trying to figure out what to take with me because I have to have some things. I want some nib grinds and stuff with Kirk and everything else that I'm taking. Okay, so I keep a little booklet like this.
Okay.
I don't know if I showed you that. With my my currently inked pens. And what I do is I do it on a wearing gold card and I write all the information on this wearing gold card, what is inked. So I know. And it's like business, the wearing gold cards fit perfectly in here. It's like a business card holder. And so this is my currently inked book. And then if I clean out a pen, I take it and I put it in the back if I plan on using the same ink in that pen again.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so, and this holds a lot of, there's a lot of empty pages, so.
Yeah.
This does hold a lot, and I kind of like this system. As soon as the pen gets inked, I do the card at the same time, so I'm not later on scrambling to like, okay, what the hell did I put in that pen? Like this.
Yeah.
It's like, because I'm like, I don't remember. And it's like, and I always say, yes, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. So I said, my memory is not what it used to be. And people are like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, oh, well, I'm in my 60s, okay? So yeah, I may not look it, but I'm in my 60s.
If you had to guesstimate, how many Homo sapiens do you think they've done?
Oh God, I have no clue. I can't. I can tell you, I got a lot of Homo sapiens here, but
I'll add it to the questions for Mark list.
yes, Mark. Yes, I have no idea because remember, I only have been in this for about 2.5 years. So I do a lot of research and stuff, but that's a good question. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that. Like how many Homo sapiens? Okay, so the company started in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with Dante Del Vecchio and his other partner, I think Luigi, but I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
And so figure 1988, that's over 37 years ago. Wait a minute, 37 years ago. Something like that. And so probably a lot. Probably a lot. Someone just wrote in that the very first was a Chopin pen. I'll have to look that one up. I don't know it. I don't know what that is.
Okay. What color or what's the name of the purple ink you were showing if people want to go looking for it?
If they can find a bottle of it, it's great, but it's Visconti purple, as simple as that, but I love, this is like this is my favorite purple. It's a gorgeous purple. Let me see. In the Iris Garden, I used the Visconti one, the Sovereign de Mauve. So basically it had two purples, right?
Claire, I own a single Visconti ink, and I bought it on the clearance table at Atlas for $5.
Oh my God.
Because the box had smudges on it. And Atlas was selling them for $5 a box.
Oh, wow. You were lucky.
I own one Visconti ink.
Yeah, this is I don't know if this is going to show up but that's the Visconti purple. See?
Oh, that's pretty.
It's a very pretty purple.
And it's very, that's Orchid and Blossom. Like it's a very different purple.
And look at how it has a little gold sheen to it.
Yeah, it's a greeny gold sheen, which I've never actually had come out in a pen. I've only had it come out in swatches. It's only
if you use a pen that is like a stub.
Yeah, I've used it in a stub and I've used it in a flex, and it still has not sheen like it does in swatches.
Yeah, we had my husband loves sheening inks, and we got some of the octopus inks.
Oh, okay.
And they only sheen if you just swatch it. And so then he put it in a pen, and he was disappointed because he couldn't get the sheen that he wanted.
Yeah, no, I had Octopus Phoenix, and I actually, when Kari was here for a visit recently, Kari took it home with her because she'd been looking at getting a bottle herself, and I went, I'm getting rid of mine. You can just take it home with you.
Uh-huh.
Because I've got colors similar to it.
Yeah.
And two, it didn't do enough. Like maybe it does something on Tomoe River paper, but I never used Tomoe River paper.
What is your favorite paper?
I tend to use MD or Regalia paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just got some onion skin journal.
Ooh.
Oh, I love it. It crinkles. It's like crinkly.
I think that would drive me nuts. But I just found out in a stream 2 weeks ago, maybe, at some point, that Endless does a desk pad. And now I have to bug Bryce to bring them to Chicago. It's like, Bryce, I don't know if you bring these to shows, but here's the number I want to take home with me because I can't find them here.
No, they do. He had them at a show one time. I know I didn't buy the long desk pad. I bought some other ones, and I wish I had purchased the desk pad.
I can't find them here. And so it's like, I need you to bring them to the show so that I can spend a whole bunch of money at the booth buying paper.
Yeah. Someone just said, Jamie's like, I love that sound. Can you hear it?
I think I'd like it as long as stuff dried. My issue with Tomoe River is that stuff takes so long to dry that I forget my page is wet, and I wipe my hand through it, and then I smudge the whole page, and I just don't have the patience for that.
This is the onion skin paper, and it dries pretty nice, and it doesn't. Yes, you cannot use the other side because it's so thin, but it's not really bleeding through anything onto the, you know.
But that doesn't matter to me, honestly. Like, as long as I'm enjoying the paper, I'm happy to only use one side.
Yeah, right. I only use one side, but yeah, I just been enjoying, I enjoyed the, using the onion skin, and it's kind of fun, you know.
All right.
Anyway, paper is a whole other thing too.
We could do an entire stream on paper. Maybe that's March's topic. Paper.
Maybe that would be great.
Do you prefer the resin or the ash ones?
I love them both. The ash ones are really nice. In fact, when I went to Visconti, I got to go to Visconti.
Yeah.
And it was so cool because it's the factory's in a 400-year-old villa. And
because why not?
Yeah. I mean, it was beautiful. The grounds were beautiful. We were not allowed to take pictures of the grounds because it's a personal residence as well for the owner there. And it was really an experience. And sometimes experiences, you need to remember it more with your eyes and your mind than behind a camera.
Yeah.
You know? And I did take some pictures inside in the factory. They said, oh yeah, you could take whatever you want in pictures. But if I took a couple, and I took a few, but I really enjoyed looking at things and seeing how things are done. So, but anyway, I'm answering the volcanic ash ones because I do have, in fact, I have a whole tray of books. If you saw in the ad that I did for this, I have a Visconti pen rest that a friend of mine made for me out of leather. And anyway, I just pulled this one out. This is one of the volcanic ash ones from Mount, and they're really nice. You have to just be careful sometimes with, this one's fine. We have another one that my husband must have used a sheening ink, and it got a little bit on the ash. I was looking at the pen. Francisco, who's the CEO now of Visconti, he had made one in yellow, and I love the color yellow, and I'm like, please, can I take it? And then when he was like, I would tease him and I'd take it off his desk and put it in my pocket. I'm like, oh, bye, see you later. So I'm trying to convince him if he would please make a yellow one. I would love a yellow one, but I will show the colors are amazing. Okay. These are the ones that I have. We have the blues are really pretty. The white is, the white, I have to say you need to be careful, wipe it right away because of course they're power fillers, right? So let me just put it in I'll bring it up. We're missing one pen because the nib is getting worked on because my husband did something to the nib. Not that the nib was an issue, okay? So there you go. Those are all
I like the blame to Peter there when Peter's not in the comments to defend himself.
No, but he'll tell you. He was very honest with Kirk. It was his fault, okay? Okay, so I'm not blaming Peter. It wasn't me. If it was me, I would tell the truth, okay? But yeah, those are the ones that we have in the volcanic ash. And they're great writers. We have, at one point, Peter had them all linked because he'll go through a phase where he'll just use all like one, like the volcanic ash ones, right? The lava pens. He would use the lava pens, and he would only use the lava pens for like a couple of weeks. And he'd have them all inked because he wants a variety of colors.
Yeah. And that, again, right now I've got every Esterbrook Esty I own inked because heaven forbid I have to use a different brand when I have, 30 pens inked up.
Yeah. You have to do that. In fact, I was like, there's so many pens that I want to ink up. And I'm like, okay, I need to unink and then maybe use a
Yeah.
few of my pelicans.
Well, and that's the goal of like this, as I showed earlier, is that like I know that I'm going to come home with stuff from Chicago. I know that there is stuff in the next couple weeks arriving on my desk. There's going to be new stuff inked up.
Yep.
I have to run some of the stuff. This has been inked up since I tested it for a video for Pelican in August. Great. The pen seals really well. It's had the same cartridge since August. Fantastic.
Yep.
At some point though, I need to like run this pen dry so that this pen can go away.
Well, was it Kari? Kari's having, she was saying that she's doing some type of get together and she's bringing all her pens so that people can run them dry for her.
I do that with Mom. I'll go, I need this run dry, and I'll just set pens down in front of her. Mom really likes running flex pens dry. But like right now I've got so many things inked up, and I posted a picture of it and people were like, when did you get that? And I went, oh, that was like a Christmas present to myself, but there's such a video backlog right now of pen videos that the pen I got for Christmas is not coming out until March.
Well, I've been, because of travel, because of surgery, because
yeah,
I haven't done a new video in a while, and I have all these things that I want to do. I have ideas and stuff, but to tell you the truth, I love this more than I love doing my own videos. I love being able to talk about pens, discuss it.
Yeah.
You know, more so say, hey, I got this pen, you know, the reasons why I like it, and to have the camaraderie and talking to like someone about pens is a lot easier for me than having to set up the video camera and like talk to myself.
And like, that's fair. I think that's why I'm up to 3 live shows with people. It's like, oh, I like talking to people about this stuff. But I'm also so isolated because I maybe go to 2 or 3 pen shows a year.
Yeah.
Like
thanks.
Oh, like I'm way behind in the comments.
No, that's okay.
Because I'm going back to questions that we missed.
Well, I'll tell Lori that I love my Emily. It's awesome. I got the it had an A5 slim, and that's what I'm using in here. But it's, you know, it doesn't, you know, that's what's in here now. And a friend, because it's open, you know, there's a friend of mine got me this. I put it over to seal it, so you know when I put it in my bag, it doesn't open.
Yeah.
And it's like really cool, especially those Harry Potter. It says 9 3/4 on there.
I love that.
You know, it's like really cool. And I do have a Monte Grappa 9 3/4. So
I did. So again, pen store underneath the Sheraton Center. He still had Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff pens left. I did almost get one of the 2 Ravenclaws that were left. Because
are you a Ravenclaw?
I am, but I don't like the Lamy grip, and I couldn't justify having a pen that I can't actually write with.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean the metal grip? Oh, you're talking the Lamy. Okay.
The Lamy.
Okay. I'm talking about the Monte Grappa.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Lamy, you don't like where your fingers have to go.
Yeah, it doesn't work for my hand.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like a lot of times, like right now, because of my thumb situation and needing the joint reconstruction, some pens are not comfortable right now.
Yeah.
And I need, you know, I've been using more of the other pens that have a little bit of a wider grip section and wetter pens, so I'm not having to put too much pressure. Yes, I've been to the Lamy store in New York City. It's kind of cool. I went when it first opened a couple of years ago, And I did buy, it's so funny. I did buy a Lamy pen there at the store that says, I love New York. I haven't, but they have some great murals on the wall and stuff, but it's a regular Lamy store. So, but with a lot, it's interesting in there. I went and it's fun. Let's see, what else? Goods for the Study just opened on the Upper West Side. So happy. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. I'm going to, and I'm going to New York in April too, because I'm going to help Fountain Pen Hospital with their event again.
Ooh, fun.
That is so much fun. It was so much fun. I have a great time. I go with Sue, my friend's girlfriend Sue and I,
Yeah.
and we handle the sailor and pilot area for them. And because we, especially Sue, she knows everything about sailor and pilot and all the Urushi pens and the Kayas and the Namikis and everything. So I'm learning from Sue.
All right.
Let's get back.
Do you have Sailor Mano Morning Fog? It has been on my list, but I don't.
I don't have that one. It's beautiful pink and readable. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
It's been on my list for a bit. Because I think it came out, I want to say it came out in the spring. But I've got other Mano inks that I love, just didn't buy it. What Homo sapien would you recommend to somebody who wants one but can't decide on one?
Well, that's hard. It depends on the Homo sapiens is great. And I love the ones that, like, for instance, okay, so this one's, I like the ones that have the power fillers, like these here. So it could be any one of these where you actually, because it's a little bit see-through, you can actually see some of the ink in here, depending on the resin. And every pen is different. Like this one has more of a clearer area.
I know, which is why I love it.
Yeah. So it's not full resin. And so it can be any one of these with the power fillers. I do have my carbon fiber too, which is a really nice one as well. And this one's a magnetic cap, this one's magnetic. And Homo sapien. So this is a little bit different, where these are the hook and lock. Okay. And with the hook and lock, it doesn't interfere. It's very comfortable. The resins are very comfortable. So that works great. This one here, again, I just had a grind put on there, and I have to go back and have something little fixed on there that I personally don't like the way it is, but I can't decide. Claire's the expert. No, I'm not really the expert. I just know what I like. So I tend to like these better. You have the opera metals too, and this is wait a minute. Let me see. This is the Opera Master, and it's a double reserve power filler. And the Opera Masters are really nice too. And again, hook and lock. This one has the metal section. It's comfortable. I do write with it a little bit, but I prefer resin sections for me because of my, my hand issue right now. This one here, which is funny because my husband's been using it a lot more than me. The resin on it, you never know what you're going to get in a pen. Okay. And the Antarctica is, it's supposed to be like the frozen tundra, like the ice caps and all that other stuff, right? And when you go on their website or you go looking, I got this at Applebaum, and you don't know what you're going to get.
Okay? I will say with people like Goldspot and Atlas, you can make requests.
Yeah.
You can
No, I
say,
did the same thing with, I could have said to Yost, please make sure that the resin is better, but I
well,
didn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
So I'm
if
not
you
happy
can't
the
make
way
it
it
to
is.
a pen show, you can
Right.
make requests.
Yes. And I think that's a good thing to say, hey, listen, just, and when I got it in and I could have sent it back, but I didn't because Peter liked it. And I'm like, but it looks like, I don't know, bird poop on this thing. It's like, I was like, he's like, no, it does not. And you know what? When it's filled with ink, it's better. So there's ink in here. And we've been using it a lot. So it's slushing around now. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I get, but with the cap, there you go. So it's, that part is nice. I just wish they had more of that on the other side, that's all.
Yeah.
But, I like, these are my favorite ones, these two here. I do use the Van Gogh. I take it out on special occasions. Actually,
I wouldn't say the Van Gogh is a starter Visconti Homo sapien.
no, it is not. It was like, it was like the grail of grail pens.
Yeah.
For people like we, and I did run it dry. I used it a lot, and so it's been cleaned out now. So I don't want to, So I did.
Yeah. When a pen is even the grail for the Visconti dealers, it's a good pen.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And what was so cool when we went to Visconti, they had the pen apart in pieces to show you how everything, like what's the, the brass and the enamel that goes on there and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they also have celluloid and ebonite, and those are pretty nice. This pen here's that I just brought out to show was made for Australia, and it's
Okay.
called the didgeridoo. You know what a didgeridoo is?
I do.
Okay, the horn that, yeah.
Yep.
So this one is the Visconti didgeridoo, and it is a celluloid pen.
Okay.
So that is really pretty, and great nib too. It's 18 karat. It's really pretty. Whoops, there we go.
It is.
Very pretty. And
Yeah.
so this was made for Australia. I have a friend that lives in Australia and sells Visconti and sells Aurora and Marlin pens. He's now on 6 months sabbatical. So he and his wife took off and they're renting a place in Paris for 6 months. But he's also an older gentleman, and I think it's so wonderful. And then ebonite. Ebonite is a hard rubber.
Yeah.
You just run your fingers across it, and you get that rubbery smell. Celluloid, you open up the cap, and you get the smell of camphor. But yeah, these are very nice. This is the Voyager.
Okay.
And we just got this in, so I have not inked it. Peter wanted it, and but we just got it in. So, and it's just a regular power filler. Let's see what else. The other thing that I have not inked yet, and I don't know if I will ink it, is a white celluloid pen.
Okay.
The reason why is because I'm afraid of staining the section. Because it's all white celluloid.
Could you ink it with something like a washable blue?
You don't want anything that's too pigmented. This is the Knights Templar.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful pen. So right now what we was told is like you could also try. I don't know how well it would work, but not only that, look at that beautiful white section. I don't know. It just
and even a white feed. Oh,
it's a white feed, right? So it's a gorgeous pen, and some pens are collectible versus using. So right now it's just part of because it has and it actually comes in the box. It has a wax seal that's the cross on there for the Knights Templar.
Okay.
And, it's a beautiful pen, but someone said you can do one or two things. You can take Scotch tape and put tape around the section and delete and then take off the
Mm-hmm.
invisible ink only. Yes, invisible ink only. That's the art of collecting too. Some pens you have to collect, and most of our pens we use.
Yeah.
So we're just a few that we, and then I love pens that tell a story, are funny, are a conversational piece. And Visconti has has erotic pens. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So I won't show too much of it because you have to take the barrel off. But these are you get the Casanova, right? So the Casanova, you see, like on the top part, there's kissing, and there's also a little peephole here. And you look through the peephole and there's some scenes behind there on the pen. It's a good cover. Why would I have a pen like this?
And this is how my first video gets demonetized by YouTube.
Yeah. So I will not. I mean, it's a beautiful. They're beautiful pens. I actually inked up one of the Casanovas that I had. There's a milder one, and you just kind of pull this away, and it's a power filler. And you notice I'm just not showing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but on the outside, it's perfectly innocent and fine. But
yeah,
it goes to my sense of humor of liking conversational pieces, And yeah, so you get the Kama Sutra. No, you get this is the Casanova. You have the Kama Sutra, which is the Indian pen, and it's beautiful with the same thing with the peephole. You'll look through the peephole. And then you have the Junga pen, which is so there's 3 different ones in this set, and each one's a little different. And then the first one that came out, it goes erotic. It's art for art's sake. And this one is very mild. It doesn't really show much. It has like someone feeding someone else grapes. So that was the first one. And then they got more risque with the other set that came out of 3,
Okay.
Okay. So yes.
I like that you've got another one of those stands for them.
Yes. We have these leather stands are great. I have a few in a lot of different colors. I have a friend of mine here that lives in South Florida. His name is Roger Bello Leathers.
Okay.
And
I followed them on Instagram, I believe.
Yeah. So, and Roger will be at the Miami Pen Show and the Orlando Pen Show.
Nothing I'm going to.
I know. But you know what? I can have one made for you that says your Alexandra's insanity, right? Is that your whatever?
Whatever.
Alexandra's art insanity. That's it. So anyway, it's stuck. And so any other.
When is the Fountain Pen Hospital event happening? What are the dates?
It's the end of April. I'm not sure if it's the 3rd or 4th weekend, but I can let you know. I got to find out.
Let me see if it's on their website.
It might be. I'm not sure. I can find out too. Let's see. Did I put it on my calendar? I just know that I have to keep those.
Spring Expo. It's not on their website, but it's on Kenro's website.
Yeah, because Kenro will be there.
April 22nd and 23rd, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, never mind. That is the 2022 one. Because I can't read dates.
I think, let me look at my calendar here. Did I put it in? No, I did not put it in. But I think it's before the show. I know it's the week. It might be the 18th and 19th, or it could be the 25th and 26th, and I'm not exactly sure. But I know it's then because it's after the Atlanta Penn show.
It's after Atlanta, but before Chicago.
Before Chicago. Yeah. In fact, let me see if I can. Let me see. I'll ask somebody while we're here, and I'll get an answer. Do you know when FPH event is in April? Okay. Because hopefully it's not around Easter weekend either. So I think Easter's around that.
Easter's the weekend of the 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Yeah.
So
and
I don't think it would be that weekend. I think it would be the next weekend, which would be the weekend directly before Chicago.
Yeah. And this year, Easter is...
Easter's late.
Both. It's both, too, because of the calendar. There's Greek Orthodox Easter and Catholic Easter.
Yeah, so it's Greek Orthodox, it's normal Easter, and...
Yeah.
Yeah, Easter's the 20th this year.
Yeah, so it'll be both.
So I don't think they'll be holding an event that weekend.
No, I think it'd be the weekend after. I do believe, but I could be wrong. You never know. I mean, hey, LA Penn Show. The California Penn Show didn't care that it's Valentine's. So I'm going to the show.
How many people don't want to spend money on pens over Valentine's Day? Is a great question, Claire.
Hey,
money on flowers, money on pens.
Definitely pens. Definitely pens. Okay, I take the pens.
Take the pens and run.
Yeah, it's like. I look around and I don't go with intentions of oh my God, I got it. There's a pen that I want. Pens and chocolate.
You are my sort of person.
Yep.
Pens
I would much prefer pens. Pens are great.
I would much prefer pens. I know.
It's unbelievable. I used to, I have no interest in a lot of other stuff. I just pens and inks. And now stationery, tons of stationery, and it's so funny. I chat we chat every other night or sometimes every night with friends, and we journal together, and we always say we're not penabling, we're just suggesting you might be interested in this. Yeah.
I would say that perfectly describes couture pens and my relationship of I am not suggesting you buy this. I just saw something that looks like it belongs on your desk potentially.
I right now trying to figure out my desk situation. And displays. I said, oh, well,
Yeah. Flowers die. I ordered myself the pinky purple Hongdian. I think I have that somewhere, or I have that resin somewhere. I just don't know where. It's pretty.
Right. And then I'm so excited because, Kobe inks are going to be in It's so neat to go when you can actually look at, look at the inks, sometimes swatch the inks, or,
I know. It's just so much, it's so fun to go to a show that you also have time to shop at.
Yeah, this is why I'm so excited about being able to go and enjoy the show. And basically, I'm flying out Sunday morning, so I'm not going to be there for everything I have to get done has to be done on Friday and Saturday.
See, whereas we're going in, for Chicago, we're coming in Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm coming in on Wednesday. I'm going Wednesday to LA, but I'm leaving Sunday morning.
Okay.
All right. And we wanted to go to look at a stationery shop there that we thought was going to be open on a Wednesday, and now they're only open on a Sunday, and we're leaving on Sunday morning. So that.
Oh no.
It's the one, I don't know how to pronounce it, Baumkuchen, I think.
Oh, the people that do the custom traveler stuff.
Yes, I wanted to get some ideas and actually see some custom travelers in person, because
Mm,
to get a better idea, but you can
yeah,
only do the website, and then you have to, they won't customize them when you're there anyway,
no,
but you can leave, if you can buy something or you leave it, so.
yeah. M- Maybe if you put it out on Instagram, somebody will bring theirs to the Chicago show or to a different pen show.
Right.
Because
That's a good idea.
I found that there was something I wanted to see, and I did that for my first year of scriptus. I wanted to try an architect nib before I bought one. And I put it up on one of the Canadian groups, and somebody brought their architect nib to scriptus so I could try it before I got one.
Nice.
So
And that's why, like, I like, like when you go to a pen show, you don't get to go that much and you got to wait to Chicago, but like, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just meant that you're dying to go.
Like the misery I experienced when
being stuck in the snow
while everyone was at Philly, and we were snowed in for 4 days, and I'm watching everyone having a great time at Philly, and I'm going, we are snowed in again. There's so much snow.
Yeah.
I am so sad. Everyone is at Philly having fun, and I am snowed in again.
But the cool thing is when you go to Chicago, you can go to like Kirk's table and try all his pens. That's what I did. I wrote them all down in my little pocket, my passport,
So
all the ones that
I need to do that, because I have just discovered that Kirk will do an architect nib on an extra fine and a fine. And a friend sent me their writing samples of Kirk's architect on a fine and on an extra fine. And I am in love with an architect on a fine nib. Do I know which I have not decided what pen I'm getting this on. I'm getting it on a Yovo number 6 because that fits in most of my pens.
Right.
But I haven't decided like if I'm getting it on an Esterbrook one because I've got a couple spare fines or something else.
Well, I did the.
But I so badly want this nib.
I did the spear point.
Ooh.
Okay, and I on an Operex. And
can you please bring that to Chicago?
Yes, I will.
So that I can just hold an Operex pen in my hands.
I know. I was like,
not that I can get the cap off of it because it doesn't have a clip, but I just want to hold it in my hands.
Well, you can. You know what you can do? And well, let me talk about this, and then I'll tell you. All right, so. The Operex, right? I put the Philly nib on it, which he did a really good one. I don't know if you can see it. It says love.
That's an idea. I could get Kirk's
show
nib with the architect on it. I am.
And this is so fine on one side and a broad on the other, on the reverse.
Oh, that's fun. I was so busy last year at Chicago.
Right.
That I did not get his show nib. And I sort of regret the fact that I didn't get his show nib last year.
I have a whole drawer.
Yeah.
A little with ink samples, ink samples, right? But the samples have Kurt's nibs in there. All the like different grinds are show nibs. And like that. See? And I have the nibs in there, and I labeled them. So it's really bad when I collect show nibs from Kirk Spears, right?
I was busy. 2, I don't think I understood. Yeah, I don't think I understood that like these show nibs were a thing.
Yes, last year for Chicago, I think he had a hot dog.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. So, I think I saw it. I didn't understand that it was a thing that he did at every show.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, I wish I got it last year.
I just got this 3D printed pen in.
Ooh.
And William Secor.
Okay.
And it's really cool. And it's a piston filler 3D pen. And it's the torpedo, so it's a big ass pen. But what I did was, there's a gentleman in Boston area
Yeah.
that makes pen clips.
Okay.
That you put on there on your pen. And I just did a roll stop, and I had that put on there. So
But so does it slide? Like, will it slide all the way around the roll stop? Like, if you
put it goes on tight, and then it's a roll stop. So when you put the pen down, it goes. When you put the pen down. So this might be another thing that might help to.
Yeah.
The thing about this one.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about this one. Let me take that off so I can show you. Is the threads are right near the nib, right? And it's brilliant. It's only like one turn. That's it. I mean, it's just so easy. And because it's thicker versus a thinner pen, I don't know, but it's kind of cool and neat. And what made me get this pen, there was a reason why I got this pen. Because I got a prototype in Philly.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a one-off. And Tasha has a William Secor pen that's been Urushi'd. Okay, it's a prototype. It's a one-off, and it's like, you know.
Have you seen? So I don't know if you saw it or not in the podcast in Desk Chatter. Kari was talking about her newest Tasha Urushi acquisitions. I went, here's my baby Urushi pen.
I love it. Was that the one from who did it for you? Is it the one that,
So she's Asian. She's a Canadian.
Okay.
What she mostly does is these pens with little strawberries on them. But she did a couple with flowers last summer. And I was able to get one with the flowers on it. Shannon has one with strawberries on it.
There's a woman that
it was like, I have a tiny Urushi pen. It's really stupid, but I have a tiny Urushi pen.
Yes.
And someday I'll have a fancier Urushi pen, but for now I have a tiny Urushi pen.
I think it's a cute Urushi pen. There's a woman that comes. She was at the DC pen show.
Yeah.
And she went to New York Stationery Fest. Her name is Rosie.
Yes.
From Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. She does hand painted on the pens there too.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Shannon agrees that her plan was to do the Kirk grinds on show nibs.
Yep.
They had never heard of show nibs before. Show nibs are super cool.
They're really cool. I mean, oh my God. So I love Kirk. He's like, you know, so I'm old enough to be his mother. So yeah.
The funny thing is, again, I've recommended Kirk for like at this point nearly a year. Has Kirk ever done nib work for me? No.
But he's such the coolest guy.
But
so
he's great. And at some point Kirk will do nib work for me. But until then, and when people say who do you recommend at a pen show, I go Kirk, Matthew, Chen, or Annabelle.
Yeah.
Here are your three options of people that I would go to.
Yeah, Kirk does them, and now Kirk is doing. Not only does he do a show nib for every show he goes to, and he comes up with something different for every show.
Yeah.
You see, one year was the Lincoln Monument. I forget what he does different show nib for a lot of the shows.
Yeah.
And yes, also JJ Lax is great. And then I got this pen that's been Urushi'd. It's Ammonite Urushi'd from Lotus at one of the pen shows. And I said to Kirk, can you do an elephant? This is like, the elephant. And that amazing. And he did a nib with an elephant on there for me.
Oh, that's fun. Oh yeah, because he does custom stuff now.
He does custom stuff. So if you come up, I think he did my friend Sue was in Colorado and he did something special. She bought me the nib to give to me as a gift and it was a camera. So it's kind of cool. I mean, if you have an idea and Kirk can do it, so we have a few elephants now on a few of our pens. There's a whole story with elephants, anyway, for us.
Yeah.
And so anytime I see something with an elephant, I have to get it.
Your slidey thing is apparently like a Coco clip.
Yes.
And so that comment made me pull out a Coco. So my question was like, the Coco is hexagonal, octagonal, and it's got flat sides. Like that stops the clip thing from moving.
Right.
Does yours, because yours is round, I'm guessing it does move when you push against, like when you push against it sideways, does it slide at all or does it stay put?
It stays put.
Okay.
Okay, so like if you slide it down until it's tight.
Okay. That was my question. Like, because it's doesn't have a flat side, does it move at all side to side?
Mm-hmm. So anyway, so let's try to see if I can do the power fill.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so yeah, because we were trying a little bit of technical difficulty.
We've tested this. It may or may not work.
It may not wait. Oh, I wonder if it will work this way. If I did like this. Oh, this might work.
That might work.
And I'm going to do this pen. This will work. I think this will work. Okay.
I think it will.
But before I because I'm a slob, I admittedly so. I have to be careful. I don't want to get ink all over the place.
Yeah. There we go. I did get a comment in my last video or 2 videos ago about the fact that I spilled an ink sample all over my desk and made a mess. And I was like, yeah, but it wiped up.
Yeah, it does. I mean, these mats that I have on my desk, I have these mats. I get them from Amazon and they're like $10.
I have nothing on my desk, but it's an old side table and it already has spray paint on it from a previous owner. It's just being abused until it eventually gets refinished.
But isn't that the beauty of something that's like that? Don't even refinish it. It's artwork. You can like do whatever you want.
Claire, the finish melted last week to a piece of paper. And there are paper flecks all over the top of the desk. At some point, it needs to be refinished.
I guess so. It does. It does. Hey, that's all right. My daughter's playroom when she was a kid, like an infant, or a toddler, right? And I knew that we were going to redo the room and repaper and paint or whatever in there. So I let her draw on the walls. I didn't care because they could just close the door and just go and have a good time. And I figured it was just a little room. She had her toys in there. And we couldn't decide what we were going to recarpet and remodel that little room. It was not a big room. And I let her, some of the stuff was kind of cool. I said, if you're going to do it, might as well do it in this room and not the rest of the house, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Apparently that bottle looks unstable. How do we feel about the bottle?
Okay. The bottle is really not as unstable as you think it is. It's actually pretty stable. And I don't have, sometimes, no, it's fine. Because I've filled it before with it. But I'm going to do this because I noticed that I must have been shaking it up or something. And I don't want to get wrinkles. I just did my nails for Chicago, for LA. And I don't want to get it up in my nails. But oops, there we go. I don't want to get it up in my nails because then it's there forever. I don't care if it gets on my hands.
Yeah,
there we go.
Really, I only do my nails right before a pen show.
Yeah, well, so.
Like the night before I leave.
Yeah, well, I'm leaving Wednesday at 4 a.m. The driver's picking me up. So.
That's fair.
And so I just did it this weekend. So anyway, you put the nib in the ink and you power fill and you put it down and you'll hear the squirting back up and you just leave it in there for a couple of seconds. So this is what I'm going to get it all the way down in the ink and that is it. And oh my God, this is a good fill too. First time. Sometimes you can expel some air, which I've done sometimes to even get a bigger fill. But I don't think I really need it because it looks like it's pretty good. And the way to do that, and it's very tricky, you would actually bring it back and, bring the the piston, or not, yeah, this part back. And then you would slowly bring it up, and then you would see a little air bubble, and you would have to hold it in at certain point and then do it again. Do you know what I mean?
I do, because my Naviler, my $55 Naviler, is shockingly similar when trying to get a full fill on it.
Yeah. And this, I'm really happy with this fill. I was like, wow, because I could hear it gurgle
Yeah.
as it went up. And that's basically it. It's that easy. And you can do it, like, so let me bring it back up now. And no, I just got a little tiny purple on my middle finger. But yeah, there we go. And it's really nice. So yes. And then I love writing with this pen. So I said,
when filling a vacuum pen, do you ever use something like a Pineider inkwell, the travel one?
I have it, but no, I have not. Okay. So there, I do, because it's not that I purchased it, they were given to me, and I just, I can take them, but yeah, I have not used it yet. I haven't tried it.
I know some people swear by them for filling vacuum pens, and I don't know if you found a difference using them versus not using them.
No, I will try it, but I think one time I was like, okay, how do I do this? And I was about to watch a video, and then something happened, and I said, I'll just screw it. I'll just fill it the old-fashioned way,
Fair.
Which is fine. But yeah, so, and let's see, make sure that it's writing lovely. There we go. Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
Who is the maker of the pen clip that you showed?
He's a gentleman in fact, let me get, he's an older gentleman, and he only goes to he's in Boston. He only goes to, hi, Kate. And he only goes to the Commonwealth show now because he's like 83 years old. He was a silversmith.
Okay.
And I just went blank. And I'm looking it up right now. And let me see. The best place to do, I think, PayPal I paid him with. Let's see. So like that's
all the time. It's like, what platform did I pay you on, as I go and investigate what your name is? Or like scrolling through Facebook Marketplace conversations.
Yeah. And his name is Andy. Andy Bella. I'll tell you in a second. Let me go to a friend of mine just sent. Go to that. Go to my contacts now that I remembered his name is Andy. I'm so, like I said, it's like, yeah, Andy Bellevue. And I think he's like down in Milton, Mass.
All right.
Yeah. So Andy Bellevue. I don't know if you know him at all, Kate, seeing him from the pen show, but at the Commonwealth, if you've went to the Commonwealth pen show, but that's the one that he only does now. But if you like, I looked up online his name on Instagram, and people have shown, he doesn't have an Instagram account, but other people, he's mentioned in other people's posts. So, but a friend of mine had his clip made, and he had a clip made that he can clip it into his shirt pocket.
Okay.
Okay. He's a doctor, and he needs like a clip for that. So, but yeah, and I don't need a shirt clip. Roll stops are fine. Yeah. I like roll stops. They work.
Marina apparently likes the travel inkwell.
But not all pens, yes, not all pens will fit in there.
The larger ones don't.
I think that was the problem when I was trying a larger pen. I didn't put ink in the inkwell. I was just checking it out. And I'm like, I don't know about this.
Apparently there's a Boston pen people meeting this Saturday.
Cool.
So she'll investigate.
Very cool.
I look forward to hearing what you find out.
Let me put his name in the chat. Let me go to that. His name is Andy.
Your lack of putting the cap on the ink bottle made people nervous.
Oh, that didn't bother me.
Yeah, it didn't bother me either. Like, not putting a lid on a sample vial somehow makes me more nervous than not having a lid on an ink bottle.
Yeah, no, that was fine. That's his name.
You know, I'm more likely to knock over a sample vial than an ink bottle.
Yeah, please believe me. I think I've done the sample bottle, and for the sample bottles, I have one of those. I have a smaller one. I don't know where it is right now. Oh, I have like these things. This, I wonder. I have like one of these little things. It's like a little penguin, 3D penguin. You put
that's cute.
Isn't that cute to hold that? And yeah, see, that's the problem. You get some of these things. This doesn't fit. It's pretty stable. It's not. It's pretty good. And it's not. Should I put in another inkwell? No, it's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else? What else would anybody like to know?
No, I'm sure people have more questions about the Visconti factory, so leave them below.
Yeah, it was really kind of cool, and some of the new stuff. And I was at Visconti. I don't know if anybody's seen the new one that they just came out with. It's called. It looks like a chessboard with chess pieces that.
Yes. It just came up in a 20 questions episode.
Yeah. And so I was there in the factory when they were making the pieces, and I was watching it, and I'm like, dear Lord, I mean, my husband's Peter's a chess player.
So has Peter acquired this pen yet?
No.
Will this pen be added to your collection? No,
it's not. It's a cool concept. It's just not a pen that it would be like if. It's more of a collector's pen, and it comes in a really nice display and everything.
Oh,
but those things are so small. The pieces are so tiny that Peter would be like, no way, because he's got some neuropathy in his fingertips, and he's like, just no.
Join the club.
Yeah. Does anybody else out there just like the little balls that are inside some cartridges and converters? I hate them and wish they could figure out how to get them out and use a converter. Oh, okay. I know what she means. Like the sailor or the pilot.
I actually love them because they help to break the surface tension.
Yeah, they kind of agitate the ink in there.
Yeah. Much like the ones that include a little spring, they are so useful for breaking the surface tension with some inks.
Yeah. But if you don't like the converters, what I suggest you do is say like Pilot or Sailor with their proprietary cartridges, right? You can clean out a cartridge and then just use a cartridge and fill the cartridge up with whatever ink you want. So if you don't like the converters, then use a cartridge. That's I think I did, I do that sometimes with some of my because a cartridge actually will hold more ink than the converter.
Yeah. And I would say that my Japanese import Sailor converter does not include the little balls. Because I just switched.
Yeah, Marina just asked how we feel about the springs, but it doesn't bother me at all.
No, I like anything that helps to break that surface tension, and because you do get air bubbles, and it can be really annoying to deal with. But I find that I get less of those air bubble issues in pens that have something in the converter. How do you feel about threaded converters?
What is a threaded converter?
Oh, let me introduce you to the joy of a threaded converter, which is a threaded converter. If I can untwist this pen. A threaded converter is a converter that...
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I love those.
Same.
I love threaded converters because they get in there and they're tight.
Why can't more companies put them on pens?
I don't know. I just love thread. I was thinking something else. I wasn't thinking
Yeah,
like, I don't know why I was thinking a thread instead of a
yeah,
thread. Yeah.
because okay, hilly area, air pressure changes,
Yeah.
converters pop out,
Exactly.
and then I've
I
got a
prefer,
mess to deal with.
yep. I prefer threaded. And let's see. Is this one?
Like, can more companies start to put threaded converters in pens, please, so that those of us that have large altitude changes don't deal with a big mess on our hands with our
Yeah.
pens?
There was, in fact, I took a converter out of a pen the other day because I had to fill it, and I'm like, and I'm trying to remember which pen it was, and I'm like, man, I love that because it's easier, and you
So
know that
great.
it's in tight. I mean, versus, and I'm wondering if it's a pen that I'm
And
taking.
like, you know that it's not going anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
I don't remember which pen it was.
uh,
And, no.
I use I don't know anyone that enjoys a Con 40.
Oh, no, I hate those. They're terrible. They're too small. They're
I
terrible.
don't even know pilot reps that enjoy a Con 40. Let's be honest.
Right. I know. I know.
More things need to fit the Con 70. I hate the Con 40.
Uh-huh.
Though I did just get somebody in the Canadian Facebook group was getting rid of their pilot Decimo broad nib, which means my pilot Decimo is finally getting the nib I wanted on it that I couldn't actually buy from any of the pen retailers.
No, I think that's awesome.
Well, I hate the medium. I hate the medium.
You know, I like broads. I really love broad nibs
Yeah,
because you want to see the ink.
yeah, the thing is, I like a whole bunch of nib sizes. I've got everything right now inked up from an extra fine through a broad, I think,
Yeah.
including some specialty grinds. And I love them. But there's just something about the Pilot Decimo medium nib that I don't love.
See, I don't have a Decimo. I have, I think it's a little bit too small for me where I'm just getting used to vanishing points.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, I have, I got two, well, we have a few vanishing points, but now I have two that I use.
Okay.
And it's so funny. Thanks. Yes, broads all the way. I like a good juicy broad. I mean, the broads are great.
Yeah.
And
I like having a selection inked up. So like I've got things for titles and then I've got things for like the smaller writing underneath. And
yeah, yeah. And I do use in my Hobonichi, I have the Pilot. I use a medium nib in that, and that works fine. It's not leaking through, but I had some issues with the new Hobonichi because of the Tomoe River paper that bled through or feathered. So I'm just careful about all that stuff. So
Yep. Are there any more? Threaded converters apparently always feel like higher quality. It blows their mind that Monteverde has them. That was my first experience with a threaded converter as well, was Monteverde. I was
I'm
pleasant.
just looking at my desk and it's driving me insane because I filled a pen the other day and I was like so happy that, oh, maybe it was one of Peter's. I'm trying to remember now which pen had the threaded converter. I'm like, I wish more pens had that.
Yeah, it would be fantastic if more pens had it. Because I am so tired of converters.
Oh, now I remember. fact, this is a pen that I want to take with me just to have some fun with.
Ah.
My Waterman.
Oh.
It's a Bergeron, and it is amazing. And it's got the hooded nib. And I just love this. And I just refilled it with ink just the other day so I can take with me. And it's got a screw-in threaded converter. And it's just, this is a beautiful writer. I just love this pen. Edson. And it's really pretty. So this is going in my pile of wanting to take just to have some fun with. If we have a chance to even do any writing or like after hours, that's the beauty part about going to a pen show.
Yeah.
Is the after hours.
So here's the question. So Mom is doing the whiskey tasting at Chicago this year.
Yes, me too.
She already has her ticket.
I better buy it before we run out.
I was about to say, you better, yeah, because
I told Kari. Kari's like, I don't think I'm going to do it because I said, I'm going to buy you a ticket. You have no choice. So I said, I'll get you your ticket. And I think I did. I don't remember. I have to look.
Marina hates the Con 40 with a passion.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up switching her silver stripe because she couldn't continue with the Con 40. But she also doesn't like the Sailor converters.
Oh, yes, I will. Contour Pens wants to know if I can yes, I'll FaceTime you guys.
I love Shannon that you act like you and I don't spend at least a solid 4 hours a day talking.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we had a good time at the Philly show with Lexi and with Shannon. It was great.
I heard.
Yeah. Yes, I will take pictures. Oh, with Kari? Yes. Oh, you should see the pictures I have from last year with Kari drinking. It's so funny. You know? And it was fun.
So you and Kari and Mom go to the whiskey tasting, and Shannon and I will be in my room eating snacks. And
well, you can come down and eat snacks while we drink.
That's true. We could just sit in the corner and eat snacks.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I love this pen. I actually really, it was I got it, and it was never used, never inked. Oh. You know, it was a good deal. I got it from the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a few pens that I want. I'm looking for a few, so I have my eye out for some, and I have a couple of pens that I want to sell. I'm actually going to sell a couple of pens. I experienced Clare and Kari whiskey tasting one day.
Marina, I'll FaceTime you. I'll FaceTime you.
I'm such a lightweight now when it comes to drinking too, because I've lost so much weight. So
that's how we'll make this happen. I'll FaceTime you.
Yeah, we should do a Instagram live. No, the problem is I'll be out there I better FaceTime. Yeah,
I was like, you really want that out there in the world.
Yeah, you know what? At my age, like I said, who cares? Just gonna have fun.
I had another question. Oh, it's finally popped back into my head. Your Operex pen.
Yes.
Is that one of Rich's?
Yes. It is. It is one of Rich's pens. And it's so funny because I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not. And then I kept going back and I was like, oh, I really kind of like it. And it's great. I really love the pen. It's kind of fun. I love the way in the light, the colors of it and it's got, I'm into yellows lately. So it has some especially the bottom of it, and the top of it. And let me see if I can, wait a minute. I can do this. Let me put the flash on here. There we go. And let me see if I can see
wow.
Like the colors in there. It's like unbelievable. The colors are just so fun. There we go. So yes, it's a cool pen.
Oh, I can't wait to see this in person.
Yeah, it's a fun pen. I really like it. So, oh, geez, shut that off. Okay, so yeah, so the Opalworks is fun. It's just too many turns though. But other than that, I think that's my, like too many you know, rotations or whatever. But other than that, it's a beautiful pen, and yeah, it's just really pretty. And like I said, I put the spare point on here. So I can use this in my travelers or, like Hobonichi on the fine point. And then if the reverse is abroad, which is kind of awesome.
So I'm going to sound really uneducated about nibs for a minute here, and you're just going to listen and then answer my question.
Okay. I'm not an expert. I just know what I know. But
That's fair.
and, hey, if it comes out and I say something, it sounds good, right? Go ahead.
Have you not learned that 90% of this channel is just me knowing just enough?
Yeah, just enough to get you in trouble.
Just enough to make content on it until the following week that I know just enough to continue talking about whatever's on my desk now.
Right.
Unlike a normal reverse nib, the spear point, so normally the reverse of a nib would be finer. A spear point, the reverse is broader.
Yep.
Cool.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah. On this particular spear point, he can do it on the reverse, I think.
Okay.
Or it could be a different, or like you got a needle point.
Yeah. So I'm used to it being his being a needle point on reverse, and
yes,
an architect point. An architect on the front and a needle point on reverse, but I can't remember what grind that is. I'm now going to Pen Realm.
Yeah, and he does give a little discussion on them.
He does. He's got a pretty good discussion on his website, if you know the internet is good.
Right. He a good description.
Yes.
Good description on his website.
At some point, we'll get the right words in English. Until then, we'll just I
didn't sleep well last night, so I kept waking up
through life,
whatever. So I could be happy or whatever. Slap happy, tired. Who knows? Okay. So wait. Oh, plus. Okay. So I'm looking at my notes that I kind of made. Anybody else want to know anything else about Visconti that I'm going to make up? No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I talked about that they do have steel nibs, which are great. They have gold nibs. They also have palladium nibs, which they don't do anymore, which is 23 karat palladiums. And those are really nice nibs too.
Okay. So a spear point is an extra fine or needle point with a medium or broad on the reverse.
Yep.
Or there's a high planes, which is a reverse extra fine needle point, forward broad at high angle, angle stub at a low angle.
Yep. It's and that's the other thing. I write at more like a 45-degree angle, but then and then obliques. And he doesn't like obliques. He doesn't really do them. But obliques, you have to kind of turn the pen a little bit so it's more on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Peter, I have to remember when I used one of Peter, I grabbed he has a triple oblique broad Mont Blanc.
That is Mom's sort of pen.
Yeah. And it's I'm getting used to it. I do write with it, but it's I have to think about it. And it's not, I have to think about that. I have to turn the nib a little bit.
Yeah.
Because of the angle of the oblique to get it to write correctly. Other than that, I'm like, why isn't this writing? And it's because of the way the nib is not hitting the page just right.
Yeah.
So I just said Mont Blanc, right?
You did.
Okay. And I just got a comment on my my YouTube channel on one of my shorts that says, why doesn't American people say names of artisan pen companies correctly? And it was on the Mont Blanc triple oblique broad that I did a thing, and I'm like, I thought I said Mont Blanc right.
I think you're saying it right, because if
I
you're
know,
not saying it right, I'm saying it wrong.
I know, it's like, okay. I just kind of ignored the question. So, I don't answer every question, but I thought, well, was he complimenting me that I was saying it right? I have no idea, because that's all it was.
Apparently, there's an entire pronunciation guide for Mont Blanc. Like,
I don't know. What is your personal home? Oh, okay. So Marina just came on.
yeah,
So my
Marina,
personal favorite Homo sapiens is my lotus garden. This one here.
because Marina's on the West Coast, and
Yes,
so
I know she just came on late. So that's
it's like 8 a.m.
yeah. This is my favorite one here. This one here. My Homo sapiens is my favorite, and I just something about it. When I went to France, not this past summer, the summer before, to photograph the horses of the Camargue, and also going to the lavender fields. And we were at this great monastery and everything, and I took my my journal, and I'm writing in the garden of the monastery with this pen, and took pictures of it and everything. And it was kind of cool. This is, and I traveled with it, and I just love this pen. We speak English, not German, not Japanese, etc. Well, let's be, yeah. My husband will pronounce. We say Iroshizuku inks, right?
Yeah.
But he knows how to say it because he asked someone from Pilot who is Japanese to pronounce the proper pronunciation of Iroshizuku. Iroshizuku. It's Iroshizuku. It's like Americanized.
And to add to that, I would also say lots of us speak more than one language.
Right.
I did.
Mont Blanc?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the French say Mont Blanc.
Yeah, you drop the C. I did how many years of French? I don't know. I started French in halfway through grade 3 and took it all the way through grade 11, like almost every Canadian.
But you go to the Mont Blanc store.
Yeah.
And the women in there they're working over 20 years. At least they have knowledge and stuff like that. And they're French though.
Yeah.
And
like my sales associate's French at the boutique. So
okay.
I would say lots of us speak more than one language. And my mom at this point understands 4 or 5 and is fluent in 3.
That's amazing. I have a terrible time. I grew up in a Greek-speaking household.
Okay. Yep.
I took 5 years of Greek school. I can't speak it at all. I can sing it phonetically.
Okay.
And I can, I guess when some people I have an issue with learning languages. And it's just for whatever reason. I can't even speak English right. So what do you know? But no, I do. And I know that about myself. I even I used to get yelled at in class because I would say a word wrong. Because you're reading from the book.
Yeah.
And the word and is ne.
Yeah.
And I would say na. And na is more like a slang for like up yours or whatever, like nah, like whatever. And I'm like, I had a hard time. And my father was born in Greece and came. So you would think that, and my mother and my grandparents on my mother's side were born in the States, but they spoke it fluently, and my grandmother could read and write it. So you would think that I would pick it up, but no, I just couldn't. I just had the hardest time. And it's not an easy language to learn.
No, so pre-cancer, I had my French pretty much fluently. I have my French on my graduation degree. It has my French seal on it. Like I had my fluency in French enough that the Canadian government went, yeah, she knows French. And you only get that by taking all 4 years of French in high school. And I believe passing with I think at the time it was either 65 or 75% in all 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now when mom asks me a question in French, I'll respond in English. And on occasion, I'll respond in French. But I cannot read French anymore. It's like, that's gone. But it used to be that I could read French and listen to French really well. And it was the speaking French that was hard.
When I was in elementary school, grade 4, you would take French. Or was it grade 5? Whatever, grade 4 or 5. And in order to take it the following year, you would have to pass a test. And if you didn't pass the test, you didn't have to take it. Well, I tried to flunk the test and I passed the test because I didn't want to take it.
Whereas every Canadian child has to take it. I think everyone. We take it starting in grade 3. Like halfway through grade 3, we start taking it, and we take it in grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, grade 7, grade 8. And in my case, for grade 7 and 8, I took extended French, which meant I was taking half of my day in French. So I was having math, science, and English in French. But history, art, geography, world studies, and French classes were all in French for 2 years.
Wow.
Which then let me skip ahead a year. And I didn't take grade 9 French. I only took grade 10, 11, and 12. So I was taking grade 10 French in grade 9, grade 11 French in grade 10, and was already doing grade 12 classes in grade 11.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then now you don't speak it at all. Oh, because of the...
Yeah. Again, English is hard enough.
Yeah, you can see that.
And mom is fluent. Mom lived in France for a year.
Yeah.
Mom, well, we were in Chicago last year, was in France. And so she will still speak French, but I will respond 90% of the time in English.
Well, you've come a long way. Yeah. And you've done amazingly well, and you've come a long way, and I'm very happy for you. So if you can't speak French anymore, it's this, like, I'm just happy that getting to know you has been amazing, and I think you're a wonderful, wonderful person.
Thank you.
You've done a lot. So I think that's, you're just become very special to me. So you have, and I look forward to these chats. I
do too. They're fun.
Yeah, they are fun.
Marina, I need to go to France with your mom. I think mom would enjoy going to France with you.
I was trying to convince Peter to go because a friend that sells pens in Australia, he has a eBay store now, and he's selling a lot of his collection off. But he shut it down for the next 6 months because he's gonna, like I said, he's in Paris with his wife. And yes, the Paris Pen Show. We should do that. Anyway, Guido and his wife are in Paris now for 6 months. And I said, Peter, I said, well, we've FaceTime them, and we've never really met them in person, but we FaceTime a lot. I said, well, why don't we go to Paris? Because Paris is easier.
Paris is so much closer
than going to Australia, right? So it's 6 hours versus 24, whatever it is, to go to Australia. So
I think it's 22 from Toronto to Sydney. So
I will go to Melbourne. I think he's in Melbourne too. I said to Peter, I said, well, I know because he can't make a trip like that. It's just too long. It's too hard for him. But I said, it's on my bucket list, maybe next year. I said, I'm going to try to travel as much as I can before I can't travel anymore.
is there an Australian pen show you can go to?
I don't know, but
I'd be surprised if there wasn't.
I'm sure there might be. I did want to go to the Dutch pen show this year, but because I need to get the hand done, I'm in pain, and it's like I'm too many spiders. What? How about kangaroos? I want to go see kangaroos.
Kangaroos drown people. Or kangaroos try and drown people. They try and lure people into ponds of water by making it seem like it's not that deep and then try and drown them. And kangaroos actually drown other animals doing this. It's
wow, I didn't know that. Kangaroo. That's crazy. I didn't know about that.
Crazy.
That is kind of interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're violent, very large creatures.
Oh, they're good from afar. They're like a zoo. They're good from afar. So anyway, any other questions that we can ask about Visconti? I think we try to get it down. Oh, okay. So in the factory, it was really nice. It was very cool, and they had like the room where they were doing some pens, like the chest pen, because that's how we started. We digress, and then I kind of pull it back a little bit, right? They also have a room where they have all body parts. And we went to the shipping room, and they had all these boxes of stuff that they were shipping out to the retailers and everything like that. So I was joking around, taking pictures of those boxes being shipped out. I said, look what I bought, right?
So did you see anything on the tour that hasn't been released yet?
No, the ones that I saw have just been released. Okay. Like this one here, the carbon fiber.
Yeah,
that one,
and the chessboard.
And the chessboard. Yeah, these are the ones that just came out, and I just love this pen. I had an ink in here, and I got it in a stub because Kirk did cursive italic for me on it, a grind.
Yeah, and
I got it home, and I'm like, I put an ink in here, a Pure Pens ink called Cotwalds, which is Pure Pens is made by Diamine. And I'm like, why is this pen giving me such a hard time? I thought it was the pen. It was like drying, and it was just, I was like opening up the feed and everything, trying to get the ink down, and it was giving me a hard time. I said, okay, maybe it's the ink. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, so I was talking to my friend Sue. She said, Claire, just put in a Rojazuko ink in there because that's tried and true. And now it writes great. So
troubleshoot.
I had to troubleshoot with it, and it writes great. I put in Kujaku. Kujaku is like, I love that color anyway, but it's not. I really wanted this other ink that I put in there, but it is. But I didn't want to do black either. I wanted to do the ink that I had in here sort of look like the pen clip, the color, that brassy color, and it looked, because it has kind of like that thread of that color through the pen. But I'm like, oh, well, anyway, but it's writing lovely now. So sometimes it's not the nib or feed. Sometimes it just could be the ink you put in a pen.
Yeah. And sometimes the ink is fine in other pens and just doesn't work in one specific pen.
Yep. So, or because I flushed it out so many times, I think, or it could have been after the grind, something could have been stuck in the feed. And I don't know that either. But when you go to, and I cleaned it out after the grind too, but this is writing beautifully. And I have not had to open up the back of the feed here to let more ink come down, and I've been writing a couple of pages
before
that was giving me a hard time. Do you have a, okay, hi, Elizabeth.
You seem to
Yes.
be answering this question a
We
lot
should.
today. Or do you have a favorite that's not a Homo sapien? Let's change this question a
Okay.
little bit, because
Okay.
we've answered the Homo sapien question a bunch.
A bunch of times. And to tell you the truth, I do like this lava pen that my husband stole from me, my white lava. Okay, so I do have the lava pen. He stole it from me. I had a great ink in here too, and he's like, he wanted it for his collection. And I'm like, I mean, there's yours, mine, and ours,
Yes.
but it tends to be mine and ours. So I just well,
I would describe that as how my pen collection exists at times. It is mine and what mom wants to borrow.
yeah. So
Though now that she's got her own Esterbrook Esty, I don't think she's actually borrowed anything since she opened her Esty.
yeah, it's a white Homo sapien lava pen, the lava. It's got bits of lava in there, which is kind of cool. And actually, it has like on here, that's like a big piece of right there. I don't see what it's like. I thought it was when I got it in, but no, it's a piece of lava. So the white resin and lava, but yes, it's a white Homo sapien. The lava pens, we have a few different colors, like, this one here, the brownish, whatever. Then we also have, let's see, was it this one? See that you have to be careful with some of the inks you put in there because it does stain.
Oh yeah, that would bug me.
Yeah, so it does stain, but it depends on, you've got to put ink or use ink that's not, I'm trying to find the word for it. What's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. That's what I tell the hubby. Exactly, Shannon, you're correct.
Like heavily pigmented or dyed?
Yes, that's it. Heavily pigmented inks you have to be careful with some pens.
So I'm guessing no waterproof ink in those pens, like nothing.
No waterproof, and you shouldn't put any sheening inks in there either.
Yeah. So nothing that's actually, and by no waterproof, like nothing that's in them actually really has a pigment, because most waterproof inks are the only pigmented inks.
Right.
Everything else is dye based. So then you're just avoiding.
Yeah. And it's so funny because that's what I have over here. In this, there was a Race Tech pen. Race Tech is another Visconti. It's called Race Tech. It's interesting. It's, for car races, I guess. And it has that Smart Touch nib on it. But if you look, see, red's heavily pigmented. See, can you see it's got, so this part, the enamel got stained.
So so does it come off with 99% rubbing alcohol?
I have not tried that.
Because I know that when I dye my hair and I stay in the bathtub,
yes,
or one of our packs of sticky notes, for whatever reason, was quite cheap, and the dye, if they got wet, the color transferred onto the counter.
Yeah.
And I know that if we used 99% rubbing alcohol on an alcohol pad, the color came off.
Okay, well, let's try it. What's the worst case scenario? It's not going to come off, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to harm it in any way. And like I would say, oh, well, if it did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about that? Interesting.
Welcome to how I get ink stains off of most things.
It's not unless this has ink in there, but no, it's that'd be a good question because this is a cartridge filling pen.
Okay. Like I use it all. Yeah, don't use alcohol on acrylic pens, especially TWSBIs. Yeah.
Yeah, this has got a metal section, so it's fine. But some of it did come off, which is interesting. And believe it or not, it's a threaded converter.
metal pens, for getting ink off your desk, 99% rubbing alcohol.
Except for the
Yeah.
fact I had my nephew over last weekend. Was it
Yeah.
last weekend, right? No, 2 weekends ago. And when he comes, because he's really into fountain pens, like big time. And so he and Peter will be up all night long doing pens, and he'll be inking pens and the whole bit.
Mm-hmm.
So thank God I put a mat on my desk because he was re-inking. We have one pen, a cheap pen, a Jinhao, that is inked with Bay State blue. And he's got Bay State blue on my mat.
No.
It's a
I have to say that color is the most. More people have had to repaint their room on 20 questions because of that color than any other color.
yeah. Bay State blue is like that, so I don't use it at all. What Peter said, "Oh, will you please ink this pen with Bay State blue for me?" And I'm like, "Seriously?" So I put rubber gloves on. Because I was not going to get it up. Someone wants to know. Hi, here it's Chris from Austria. No kangaroos. What's your favorite ink brand? Believe it or not, that's hard. That's so hard.
Yeah, Mont Blanc or Sailor?
Yeah. It's a hard one because different ink brands have a purpose.
Yes.
Okay, so if I'm going to use a shimmer ink, and my favorite ink brand for shimmer inks are Van Diemen inks, because the Van Diemens are very well lubricated, and the shimmer inks are amazing, believe it or not, in my Banus. Banu pens and shimmer inks go really well together. That Schmidt nib works really well. I love Robert Oster inks too, and they make some wonderful inks. It's so really hard, and you get it. I can't say we do have a lot of Mont Blanc inks. I have a whole drawer of Mont Blanc. I have a drawer behind me that is filled with Mont Blanc inks, and I had to put Mont Blanc moorings down below in the storage because I have so I have a lot. It's hard. I can't answer that question. Shooting Star. Oh yeah, Shooting Star is great. In fact, they made. Oh wait a minute. I'm thinking Star Child. That's another one. But Wearing Goals. But Shooting Star is a great ink too.
I do like Wearing Goals. I have to say though, I love shimmer ink. I don't use it that often in a pen. I'll use it with a dip nib, but if I'm inking a pen, Mont Blanc for if I just want something basic, and then Sailor Mano if I want something that sheens, and I find I've got a lot of ink. I ink up a lot of stuff with most of the wall, but I find that I think I've got every one of these in a pen and both of these in a pen.
Mm-hmm.
I've got all 8 Mont Blanc inks inked up currently.
I'm so excited. I went to go use a pen the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, it's empty, and I can re-ink it, and I'm re-inking it with Swan Illusion because it's my Scribo, and Swan Illusion looks great in this pen, So and I'm like, okay, am I out of ink, or does it, because I haven't written with it in a week or a couple of weeks, or did it dry out? So I'm sitting there on a paper towel and I'm opening it up because, I'm sitting at the desk and I was too lazy to go to the kitchen sink. I just put some paper towels here. Like, nope, it's out of ink. So my question is, do I re-ink it, but I really love it, or do I clean it out and use another pen? So, decisions.
Marina wants to know if you have a Carousel Visconti.
No, I do not.
Okay.
No,
I had to look them up. They do look very pretty.
They are very pretty. I do not have one of those. I do have one of the demo stone because I love the color purple. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that the demo stone? Isn't that? I have to look it up. Wait, hold on one second. Visconti demo stone, because I might have misspoke. Demo stone is it's a Homo sapiens as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Homo sapiens demo stone, the purple one. I also have when I was there at visiting Visconti, they gifted me my Visconti pen system.
Ooh.
I know. So, which is really kind of cool. Actually, I had another gift, it's the newer one, so it's kind of fun. And so if you have a Visconti that has the let's see, like say for instance, on this one here, I can do it on the other one. It's probably easier. Let me see. Yeah, the Homo sapien, like right here. These are magnetic.
I know.
So I can put your initials on there. I got a friend of mine as a gift. I gave her the Divina.
Okay.
It looks like Tiffany color, and they have a pearl. So I put the pearl on that for her. So you just use a magnet. It comes off and it's easy. And they have either initials, they have some stones that have different colors, and they also have zodiac symbols. So it's kind of really cool. And Dante Del Vecchio came up with that idea. So because a lot of people, how people engrave some pens, instead of engraving pens, instead of ruining the finish or the whatever, he came up with the system to do that.
I think there is something I have to say, like, we have a lot of estate sales near us. Mm-hmm. And I sort of love when I find people's engraved pen sets or people's there's a pen set up for sale we think somebody's custom Schaefer pen set, just based on how over the top the pens are.
Right.
They're not like any Schaefers I've seen before. I love seeing things like that in vintage pen sets. So
yeah, I think it's really cool.
They tell such a cool story. Is it best to put the brand's ink in the pen?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It depends. If you listen to Mont Blanc,
yeah,
they tell you only use Mont Blanc inks in there. But we were at Mont Blanc, and my husband asked about their permanent ink, and they didn't recommend putting their permanent ink in their pens.
No. Mont Blanc is something. I was having this conversation with my sales associate a few months ago. Something is going on with their permanent ink currently where it removes the finish from your nib.
Yeah, that's
and say. So they're only recommending it in non-Mont Blanc pens. They're recommending it in. You can get it, but if you get it, put it in something not super expensive. Like they don't even have one to test out at the store currently.
No.
Normally they would.
Every time I go to the Mont Blanc store, I do you have any more new inks that come in? Nothing. It's just sad that they're not getting what Elizabeth Pilot recommends the same.
I would say most brands seem to recommend it. I think most of us have an ink we go back to for troubleshooting if a pen's not working properly. Some people use Waterman Serenity Blue. Some people use something from Iroshizuku. I use Iroshizuku inks if a pen isn't writing. Vintage pens only get inks that are vintage safe. Other than that,
there was a sailor too. I don't remember what line. I don't know if it's a Magno or what. that if you're having trouble getting ink out of a pen, to use the Sailor ink, because that will like help take whatever.
Yeah.
And I forget which Sailor ink it was.
Shannon still needs to place her Mont Blanc order. That's fair.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been anything. It feels like it's been a bit since they've. I don't know if you feel the same. Since they released a new pen and ink.
Well, I have the, which I love, by the way, and it's inked with I have the Gatsby pen.
Oh yeah, so but like Gatsby was back in the fall.
Right. So I have because it was, I can remember, okay. So let me back up. Mont Blanc has come out with an Enzo Ferrari in yellow. And they came out with one now. It only comes out, it's only like in a calligraphy nib or a something else, but it's like green in color. And the only reason why I know that and I can't remember the other one. So they have two pens that are coming out, but they're not like out yet.
Yeah, I was about to say they're not on the website, and their inks aren't on the website.
No, and let me tell you, the ink for the Gatsby is beautiful.
I'm not a green ink person though.
Yeah, it's not really green though. It's more of a turquoisey color. It's not, because I'm not a green, like, this is more, okay, wait a minute. I always get confused, turquoise blue or teal blue?
I don't know. I never remember either. I think Gatsby, if I remember, is like a phthalo green.
Yeah, it's a pretty green. I don't mind this one. I don't like, I'm not an Irish green person. Peter loves Irish green. I'm not a big, it's okay. It's not one of my favorite. It depends on the green. Yeah, I just wrote with it, and it's not bad. It's not a, let me compare it to the, yeah.
Like
so
it sort of falls in. It's very bright on camera all of a sudden.
But yeah, I don't have. Yeah,
it falls in that world.
Yeah. Yeah. But oh my God, I just got a text. Oh, I just got a text from a friend. She says, only sharing. That's what we say, only sharing, not enabling. Because featured items at the California Pen Show is the Traveler's Pop-Up.
The level of upset I am that they are not releasing the road trip collection in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
It's US only.
Yep. And you can't get it shipped to Canada.
And I can't get it shipped to Canada. They're not letting, or it sounds like they're not even going to let stores like Atlas send them to Canada.
That's weird.
It's going to be like whenever they do limited edition releases where you have to buy from the store in your country, except there is going to be no store in my country that is selling them. All I want is the clip. Like, I want the little road trip brass clip, and I am desperately hoping somebody has them at the Chicago Pen Show.
Okay, well, if they do, I'll pick you up one, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. Yes, because I went. Oh, I can pick you up one because I got one.
I know. I want it so badly because
I will pick you up one. Don't worry about it.
Normally, I think they're stupid.
They're great.
But okay, I just use like one of these clips. I can't justify spending the money on one of them unless I like the design. And of course, the first one I like is one that's US only. They won't send it to Canada. And I'm like, great. And then they were like, also, we won't let our retailers ship outside of the country. And I went, Great.
Yeah, great. We have a PO box. Oh, that's Shannon.
Yeah, that's Shannon. But that assumes that they let you use a Canadian credit card, and in the past they haven't.
What if you?
Like it.
Well,
It
you
is.
can. What can you do? Like a PayPal or a PayPal, and have it come out of your checking account. I'm trying to think of all these different ways.
It would still be a
Canadian account.
address.
Man, that sucks.
I know.
That sucks.
Like, because people tried to get around it last year because there were so few Canadian stores that got or it seemed like Canadian stores got very few of like the charms, the brass charms, and US stores had them for a lot longer. And I know so many people that got their orders canceled who like had thought they had gotten around it.
Oh, she just put a PO box on her Apple Pay. Elizabeth did.
No, Shannon did. Elizabeth's asking
why can't Canadian? Oh, okay, Shannon did.
Because Elizabeth, they have made the entire release US only. The entire road trip release is a US only release.
Yeah, I got the I have that, and I got the Traveler's book, but there's other stuff too. So I will get you the clip. No. When's your birthday?
November.
November what?
3rd.
Okay. Happy Valentine's Day. I'll get you the clip. Don't worry.
You and Peter got me a Visconti and ink for my birthday this year, Claire.
Oh, that's right. And Christmas.
And Christmas.
Yeah, I'll think of something, whatever. The clip is not a big deal. I'll get it for you. I'll give it to you in Chicago.
Like, I don't need
I'm a fairy godmother.
Yeah.
Okay?
I don't need another Traveler's cover. I'm set for covers.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, it's so fun. Oh my God, I just got a bunch of stuff. I don't even know what to take with me as far as, because it's like, am I really going to be able to, Galentine's, haha. Yes, Shannon, Galentine's. I'm not even going to be with my husband for Valentine's Day, okay? See ya.
You're going to be at a pen show, Claire.
See ya. I don't know if he's listening in because he hasn't made any comments, so he must
No, he hasn't. I'm assuming Peter's not here because he's not commenting.
No, he's probably not on because he's working today.
Yeah.
So
that's too bad.
I know. But yeah, so it's kind of fun. That's what we were talking last night. My friends and I was like, okay, I'm not taking the Hobonichi with me because it's just too big. And I'm not beating myself up because I'm not writing daily something in the journal. It's like I'm going to just.
That's the dangerous part about driving. Last year, my packing had to be so concise. We were flying.
All right.
We're driving.
That's why, like we're driving to Atlanta. Atlanta's probably about 10-hour drive by the time. It's like 500 miles from where we live.
So it's about the same. It's 9.5 hours from here to the hotel without stopping.
Yeah. But we're going to do it in one shot.
Oh, yeah. No, we're leaving here at like 5 a.m., Claire.
Yeah. I said to my husband, I said, we're just going to get in the car and go. And I don't care what time we get there. And I'm going in early. Hi, Lenny. He puts the Traveler filler for Homo sapiens. I have to use it. I have the Visconti and I have the Pinida one. So I haven't used it yet.
I've been looking. So Goldspot currently has the Pinida one on sale. I think it's like over half off. And I have been looking at the Pinida one. So now that I know Marina likes hers, one might find its way home to me at some point.
Yeah, I should pull it out of the drawer and give it a try. I should have done that because people were getting nervous when I was filling my pen. But hey, no ink was spilled, okay?
Hey, people get nervous every time I fill a pen. Do you think I care? Not really.
Okay. You should have seen, I've got an order of inks in from Pure Pens.
Yes.
Out of the UK.
I think you sent me a picture.
37 bottles we got in. And you'd be like, what the heck? 37 bottles. Only because some of them were going out as Christmas presents or gifts because,
Yeah.
we like to gift those out. And out of the 37 bottles, 7 had leakage issues.
No.
Yes, and I know that from previous orders from them, even though they taped it and they put bubble wrap around it and everything, their glass bottles for some reason don't seal properly.
Would it also have been because it was cold?
It could be air pressure. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I knew when the box came, before I did anything, is to put on the rubber gloves. Because last time, the very first time we got a shipment in, I didn't put the rubber gloves on, and man, my hands were. I had to take a Brillo pad to my hands to try to get the ink off. It was that bad. Okay. So it was pretty bad. But I got to say, it wasn't that much of ink, so I wasn't going to complain to Pure Pens. Hey, out of 37 bottles, only 7 had a little bit of issue, and I only lost minuscule ink. Not a big deal. So I wasn't going to write to them. But when it first happened, and I lost more than that, they sent me new bottles, and they really tightened it up and stuff. I said, you really need,
that's good.
So that was pretty good. And they have great inks. They use Diamine makes their inks for them on some of them.
Okay.
And so they're really lovely inks, and the colors are great. So anyway, but yeah, and if you have an issue, and I did, and I sent them the pictures, and they sent me some more ink, so that was fine. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah. On the note of getting ink off your hands, I finally got my hands on the Private Reserve ink remover.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff works incredibly well.
Yeah, I got to try that one.
I got a whole bunch of Mont Blanc burgundy red on my hand.
Ooh.
And also then Yamabudo. And it got about 90% of the Yamabudo off my hands, and all of the Mont Blanc. And I was very happy because
that's good. I'd like to use a Brillo pad.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's in the kitchen, and I'm like, okay, let me try this. And I tell you, even it's like it doesn't get from underneath the finger. I went and had, because I still have it here. Even the nail guy couldn't get it. I have a little bit left underneath this fingernail. You can't even see it, but I do. And I'm like, okay, that drives me crazy. You go like this, right? But
yeah. The issue is my nails are just like, some of them are just permanently dyed from ink underneath.
Yeah.
And at some point, they're going to get painted, and then that's all going to go away.
Well, exactly. They get painted and stuff. And then like poor Kirk, I mean, I think is just permanent, right? And it's so funny because I go part of the course when he was doing something, and I'm looking at him, and he's got ink going across his ear. And there was one guy at the DC Pen Show, the first year I went, he was working on old pens. Old pens and everything. And he sold old pens. And my husband was looking at one of the old pens, and all of a sudden he's talking, and his whole tongue, because he uses his tongue to like lick the nib and the whole bit, his whole tongue, it was full of ink. Like, don't drink the ink, people. Don't drink the ink. Right?
Frank from Omos at the Atlas Sidewalk Sale. I'm filming something with somebody else, and Frank wandered. It's on. I think it's still in the 20 questions episode. Frank wandering through the shot, but what you can't tell is that Frank has ink all over his face. He's got a line across his forehead.
I wonder how that happened.
Of blue ink, and he didn't know. It wasn't until apparently after that, later on, somebody went, you've got ink on your face, right? Because like we weren't going to stop the shoot mid 20 questions ago. Hey, Frank, you've got ink on your face.
Right.
We were just like expecting somebody else would.
That's funny. Oh, one time, Frank is funny. He's hysterical. I love Frank. And I said, Frank, what do you use? for ink. What do you use for a pen? He uses a Montblanc.
Yep.
I said, well, what do you use for ink? He says, whatever's on my desk. And he doesn't care. He mixes colors. It's like, he is hysterically funny. He just doesn't care. As long as it writes, he don't care.
And he's got, I tried their, it's still not for sale on the website, an Omos triple broad last year that writes like a Sharpie marker.
Uh-huh. I have, where's mine? Wait a minute. Where's my Omar? Do I sit here or do I have it in the other drawer? Because it's celluloid. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. Yeah, no, this was one of the clear ones, but it had a triple broad on it.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun.
Yeah, this one is one of the specialty nibs that he has done, and it is, this is it here.
Okay.
Right? And
Yeah.
aqua bronze, and it has, believe it or not, it's hard to see, but it's got a double, like that. It's like
Ooh. Yeah.
It's I forget the name of the nib guy that does these nibs. It's almost like it's not a Monty Winfield, but it's one of the same.
But
and
it's sort of similar in look.
It's a double, right? It's a double stacked nib. That's it, double stacked. And here's an interesting thing, talking about testing inks. I put Leonardo's sepia in here because it matched the pen beautifully. Wrote with it, couple of lines, stop writing. I thought it was the feed. I thought it was whatever. So I see Frank and I said, Frank, I can't get it to write. And I took a video of it. I just inked the pen, right? He says, bring it, because I was seeing him like a week later, just bring it in. And he played with it. And he put in the Navalar Atlantic Blue, which is a pretty blue. It's a very pretty blue. No problem. It's no, this is not, hey, Tom, it's not the cross flex. It's just a double stack nib. And anyway, pretty blue, I could write pages with it. And when I got home, I rinsed out the blue and I put in the Leonardo sepia again.
Yeah.
Same thing happened.
So did it just need a more lubricated ink?
Exactly. Yep. So, and it writes beautifully. And I actually, believe it or not, the blue ink in here looks great in this pen. It's really kind of cool.
Do you use things like Van Ness White Lightning to fix?
Yes, I have, and I could do that. I haven't. I have put it in a pen one time, and it worked great. So
Okay.
the problem with some of these pens is just trying to. There's a sweet spot to get the celluloid to line up, and I'm like, okay, come on, get in there. Let's see, do this right.
Oh, that's fair.
I have to do it. I have to do it a few times, and then I just got. Here it is. Another Spina. It's the aqua bronze, but it's the triangle. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Look, isn't that cool? And it's a triangle pen, so there's no.
It reminds, like, the reflectiveness sort of reminds me of this, like where it just sort of like.
Yeah.
I love pens that do that.
Yeah, see, that's the one side of it, and then that's the other side. It's called the Spina, and they don't make this anymore. It's very like, I got it from fountain pen from ASC, and yeah, it's really pretty, and it's a different type of filler. I just got it in, so I haven't. You have to open it up, and it's like a sack, and you got to hold it in, and it sucks it up. So. I got to give that a whirl. I haven't tried it yet. I will, but it's really pretty. So but it's all like the same type of aqua bronze, but this one's called the Spina because of the way it almost looks like a fish scale, basically.
Yeah, it does. It's super cool.
It's very cool. But now I got to try to line up this pen. I got it. So there we go. Oh, back to, there it is, right there. It's there with it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. It's lined up. Very cool. So
well, this has been a lovely visit. I have just looked at a clock and realized that it is after 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we've been on for 2.5 hours. Last time we did it for 3, so hey.
Last time we did it for 3. We're getting incrementally shorter.
Yeah. But I think that's wonderful because I have to, believe it or not, I have to go to the mall, which I hate, because I bought something and I told the woman the size that I needed for undergarments, and she gave me the wrong size. And I came home and I'm like, damn it, I got to go back and exchange it. I don't want to go back to the mall. I hate going to the mall.
The only perk of going to the mall is going to the Mont Blanc store.
This one doesn't have a Mont Blanc store. So
there's no perk of going to the mall then.
No. They used to have Mont Blanc at the Palm Beach Gardens Mall, but I have to go to the Boca Town Center, which is 45 minutes away. Not a big deal. I've been known to do that, but I don't feel like going all the way down to Boca and back. So
that's fair.
So I'll just go to the one that's only 15 minutes, the mall does, so I can make my exchange and come home and finish packing.
That's fair. I think Mom and I are finally going to brave the outside and, go to the post office.
Well, hopefully you get your catalog, and in your catalog, there should be one of these things. Because I put it in the catalog, right? And here they are. They're these grippy things.
Ooh.
And they work wonders if you can't get, like stuff open.
Yeah.
They work wonders. And they're great grippies because with my hand issues these days, so I put one in there for you to try.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And good news from Drew Brown. The catalog is not going anywhere.
Oh, that's good. Well, I sent you the Farneys and I sent you a Levingers.
Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome.
He says he doesn't think they'll be doing 9 a year anymore, but they're not going anywhere.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. And so till next time, I got to figure out, I'm looking at the calendar because
I don't know what our March date's going to be, but we'll figure it out.
Yes, because
March is busy. We'll text.
March is busy. Baltimore Pen Show.
Yeah,
we'll text. Let's text back and forth because I may have to do it maybe on a Tuesday instead of a Monday.
I might have to do it on a Wednesday. I've got physiotherapy on Tuesdays.
So Wednesday would be great. I could do a Wednesday.
I can do a Wednesday.
Either the 5th or the 12th, and we'll discuss.
Great. We'll discuss.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.